Hey guys, Brady here, and welcome back to, I want to say, another episode in this whole, no, it's not really a series necessarily, it's just a genre of video that I have, called the Why Blank is So Blank series. I'm pretty sure it started with, no, Rise of Virtual Console didn't technically count, but I'm sure it does for most people. But it mainly started with why RPGs are genuinely epic, where I talk about why it self-explanatory why RPGs are incredible and genuinely amazing. In my eyes, of course. Some people don't like RPGs, and if that's the case, then go ahead and don't like them, or else I will shave your pubic hairs. But that's beside the point. I'm sorry for saying that, but anyways, so I'm gonna do another video in that kind of genre. So let's get started, shall we? One sec. There we go. Now we've had our ports of classic games. With the same story mode, the same music, the same sort of formula, and the same everything, with a few packed-in features, of course, like Lego City Undercover for Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and Saints Row the Third, which was originally on the Xbox 360, PS3, and PC, now got a port for PS4, Switch, and Xbox One, with the full package included. All the DLC, everything is included in this version. Sadly, though, it's the Switch version is not the best version, but this is the one that I own, and that's how I'm going to play the rest of the Saints Row series. Come on, Deep Silver, bring on Saints Row 1 and 2, or Get Out of Hell, Jesus, or something like that. Anyways, and we've had our remasters of classic games as well, with remastered soundtrack, redone graphics, or advanced graphics, or redone models, or something like that, and a few other little tidbits here and there, including the likes of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, and Twilight Princess HD, and Skyward Sword HD. Now all we need is Ocarina of Time HD and Majora's Mask HD, and now we also have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which of course has a somewhat remastered soundtrack and redone models as well. Sad part about that is, as I can't get far in the game at all. I stopped at the cave section and that's it. It's a wonderful game though. I feel like I'll get more far in the sequel, which I may get one day. This is the Peggy version, by the way, which means it's the British version. Hooray. Anyways, but today we're going to be talking about a medium that's been covered by many people, including Scott the Woz. It was one of his earliest videos, talking about collection games. Yes, collection games. Indeed. So, collection games are perfect. They're probably one of my favorite mediums of gaming in the world. Like, what if a certain game is no longer available, or is no longer there, and it's technically lost media. For example, not necessarily collections. Games like Double Dragon Neon and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World have since gotten a resurgence, in the form of new versions. Those were Double Dragon Neon was on the WiiWare, I think, or PSN, Xbox XBLA, or something like that. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a classic, apparently, that I can say it's not the classic that everybody says, but it's still fun. Those two games are perfect examples of, like, say, resurgence in a way. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about collection games. And we have a lot to talk about, so let's talk about them. So, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. Now, Mega Man Legacy Collection has been on the PS4 and Xbox One and 3DS, which I think is an incredible accomplishment, especially for the 3DS, which also has a lot of collection games under its belt. And Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 has not been released on the 3DS. It's just been on PS4 and Xbox One or whatever. All the modern consoles, but it's since gotten a release. Both games got released for the Switch. And that's how I got to play it, searching on the web. Of course, me searching on the web, I say, I've seen a lot of Mega Man footage. Why not play Mega Man? I've seen Let's Plays from people like Nintendo Capri Sun. I've seen Some Call Me Johnny talk about the Mega Man series. And a lot of other people, including LPers who've done Mega Man coverage, I have to play this series, and what do you know? I played it, and it's actually what I consider one of my favorite game franchises, right beside games like Final Fantasy and Phoenix Wright. So the first one, of course, has Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All the games on the NES are on the first game, and the second one has the sort of questionable side of Mega Man classic Mega Man. Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. 7 on the SNES, 8 on the PlayStation and Saturn, and 9 and 10 on PSN, XBLA, and WiiWare. So yeah, so far I've only tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I never really gave a crap about 9 and 10. I hear 9 is meh, and 10 is cool. But, I hear 8 is blah. But I find 8 to be quite humorous in any way possible. I mean, it controls very fine. It's not necessarily the most awful Mega Man game. That's for darn sure. But that's beside the point. And hey, what do you know? Let me turn on my light very quick. There we go. What do you know? The Mega Man X series also had its own collection. Sorry for the weird lighting. It's because, hold on. Let me turn it back to normal setting. There we go. That's better. Mega Man X, the other side series of Mega Man games, had its own collection. 1 and 2. Sorry. The first one includes Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3. All of them are on the SNES, and Mega Man X4 on the PlayStation 1. X5 and X6 were also on the PlayStation 1, and X7 and X8 are on the PS2. We all know the story of X7, and some of you may know the story about X6. X6 is probably the better game. It's Ash Paulson who hates X6 the most. Ash Paulson of formerly of Game Explain, now part of Good Vibes Gaming. Go subscribe to Good Vibes Gaming. They do this show called Today's News Tonight. Sorry for the shameless plug, guys. Anyways, yeah, this is a good collection too. I got this before I got the original classic Mega Man collection, but it's whatever. And before these two were even a thing, there was also the Mega Man X collection on the PS2 and and before this, there was Mega Man Anniversary on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. And now we have these, which is my preferred way of playing the Mega Man games. So screw that. Anyways, whatever. Next up, we have... I've been wanting to get into the series for quite some time, and now I could, thanks to the Bioshock Collection. Now, Bioshock the Collection has been out for ages on PS4 and Xbox One and PC. But this is my version. I gotta get the Switch version since I don't have a PS4 of my own, or an Xbox One for that matter. I have Steam, but I don't really buy games on it that much, unless it's an exclusive like Dokhev that's coming out soon, that apparently got announced at Gamescom. But whatever. This right here is my preferred way, is my way of playing games like Bioshock, Bioshock 2, not that I would really want to, because Bioshock 2 is apparently a bad game. I don't really see it. And Bioshock Infinite. I'm, of course, still on the first game. Planning to get to the second and Infinite as well. This series is big. Like, extremely big. Of course, starting on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Going to other consoles as well. Big Daddy even making a big part in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Sorry that I have to bring that questionably weird game up, but whatever. If this is your preferred way of playing Bioshock, I'd much rather you guys get it on the PS4, because this is not technically the Switch version collection. It's not the best version, honestly, but it's my version, and it works very well. So yes. Now, next up we have a collection of games that I have had no real interest in ever since then, and I've been wanting to talk about the series on my channel for quite some time, and I may talk about it still, thanks to the collection. This, of course, being Spyro Reignited Trilogy. First releasing in 2018 for Xbox One and PS4, and then getting a Switch port announced at E3 for 2019. And I got it this was a Christmas gift for my parents, by the way, might I add. Of course, this game came after the extremely successful Insane Trilogy, and everyone was like, Spyro Remastered, Spyro Remastered, Spyro Remastered. They did it. So, now do it, and now do Spyro 4 now that you did Crash 4. Do Spyro 4, please. Everybody wants that. But yeah, this has Spyro 1, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. It's another strange case where it's like, oh, hey, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped is not called Crash 3, it's called Crash Warped. And this case, Spyro 3 is not called Spyro 3, it's called Spyro Year of the Dragon. Which is dumb, but you know what, whatever. So that's that. Now, this is a series of collection games that date all the way back to the GameCube era of things. The Namco Museum Collections. Now, listen to me. I love Namco. Namco is the best. Namco is amazing. Of course, holding some of the greatest game franchises of all time, like Tekken and I almost said Street Fighter. Dang it! And Tales of Tales of Destiny, Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Xillia, Tales of Vesperia, and all those games. And Tekken 1, 2, 3, and Tag Tournament 7, 6, and all those other games too. And Katamari Damacy. Who doesn't like Katamari Damacy? Or Katamari Forever? Or We Love Katamari? Or Katamari Reroll? Anyways, let's get into the Namco Museum Collection games. I, of course, have the arcade pack, which is for the Switch, which also includes Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, which is one of the best Pac-Man games, one of the best arcade games, arcade-style games even, that, of course, calls back to the classic days of yore for Pac-Man. And yes, I won't talk about the questionable designs for some of these characters because some of them look a little bit weird, but you know what, whatever. We have Namco Museum Mega Mix for the Wii. This one is it's known. It of course has remixed versions of stuff like I'm pretty sure this game's called Whack-A-Gator or something like that. Whack-A-Gator. Anybody remember that? For probably for 90s kids who've played it at Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. And you got Galaga and whatever this one's called. Grobda, yeah, I look on the back. And Rally X. And of course, on the back you see all these classic games. You got Pac-Man, you got Rally X, Pac-Mania, Mappy, Dig Dug, all those games, Galaga as well. Let's not forget Galaga. Don't forget Galaga. And of course, we've also had this game, Namco, Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions, which is not technically a collection game, but it has old classic games in it, along with Pac-Man Championship Edition 1, and Galaga Legions and Galaga 3D, and two new games, and Pac-Man Tilt and Galaga 3D Impact. I got some enjoyment out of both, but I do think the 3D Impact is the worst game. Pac-Man and Tilt is very interesting, and it has a preview video for Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Do not ask why that is. Please. And last but not least, the last one that I have is the Namco Museum Virtual Arcade for Xbox Live. It has games too. It has classic arcade games like, Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and Pole Position, and Galaxian. A lot of others, and 21 more as well. And they also have Xbox Live Arcade games like I said, Pac-Man Championship Edition, Galaga Legions, Xevious. I don't know why it's not in the classic arcade games lineup, and Mr. Driller Online. So yeah, this is a nice collection. I'm pretty sure it's hard to come across, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyways, but let's move on to the next collection. Now this, sorry for the camera angle changes, guys. I'm sorry. It's just a thing that I do. But anyways, moving on. Collection of mana. I've talked about Collection of Mana many times on my channel. Even praising it. Well, I feel like I've only talked about it once in the RPG video, but whatever. This is specifically for people who grew up with stuff like Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy Adventure, and people who actually had the time to play Trials of Mana when it had fan translations and whatnot. But this is the official way to play the original games. In my book, I mostly just played Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy Adventure. I have the Trials of Mana remaster or remake, so I don't need to play the original. But yeah. Alright. Next two, we have, one that everybody remembers, Sonic Mega Collection, or Mega Man, no, not Mega Man, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, for the PS2 and Xbox. This is the original on the GameCube. Everybody has this. Everyone grew up with it. Everybody played it. It's their first experience with Sonic. It's my first experience with Sonic. You can check out my complete history with Sonic video. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. It has a bunch. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classic Sonic games, and I believe some unlockables as well. So yeah, just wanted to bring that out. And another quick one, another one with that's quick. Kirby's Dream Collection. This is how you do a collection right here. 6 classic Kirby games. Sure, you can play all these games on, except for Dreamland 2, 1, and 64. You can play Adventure, Superstar, and Dreamland 3 on the Switch services that are available. But yeah, this is a great collection, and it includes a bunch of new challenge stages and Kirby's history, which is a gallery of things that happened. Apparently, stuff like the moon landing is now part of the Kirby mythos, and you can even watch 3 episodes of Kirby Right Back at Ya. So yeah, it's a good collection. Now, let's talk about the last game that we're going to be talking about today. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Now, the 30th anniversary for Street Fighter was something. We've had Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers, which is the 7,000th port of Street Fighter 2. It's a good version, don't get me wrong. It's just the 7 millionth port of it. And now you can add this to the mix. But anyways, aside from that, this collection's stellar, actually. It's a very good collection. It includes the first Street Fighter, a very, very faulty arcade game, which, the original Street Fighter is terrible, but Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, and Super Street Fighter 2, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It also has the Alpha Trilogy, which not many people remember, and 3 versions of Street Fighter 3. I know it's weird, but you can at least compare, the UI can be different at some times for all the versions of some of these games. But that's kind of the necessity. They're re-releases. Some of them are re-releases, but whatever. But yeah. I'm pretty sure I got this for Christmas or my birthday. Yeah, I got it for my birthday. Birthday of 2019, I think. I don't know, man. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah. And that's that. Collection games are everywhere. And if you could, please try them out and play them. They're awesome. And all that stuff. Man, this box is all over the place. But yeah. Try them out if you want to. You don't have to try out all of them. I more specifically recommend these, and this to everybody, and this to people who actually play Namco games, this to people who actually play RPGs, and this because it's Bioshock, and people who may get interested in playing Bioshock. But anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching. I know this is a very quick little video, but it's 19 minutes long, which is not that long. I mean, the Chicken Little review is kind of longer. Or even 20 minutes, which is about to be. Whatever. I guess I'll see you soon for something else. I don't know what I'm going to do besides school started. Anyways, Yeah, let's forget that. Anyways, sayonara, peeps. Take care.